Hey everyone, this is Lord Magicus, and we're playing more Simic Merfolk and Historic. Now, this format, it seems like this week it's been a lot more hostile than it has been like the previous few weeks. So, you can see we've made some really interesting choices to try to combat this. So we'll have to see how it goes, but um, I think that it's gonna help, but only time's gonna tell that. And I'm not sure why. Like, is this just like how things have changed without like there being powerful Jeskai decks? Maybe. Maybe stuff like Rogues and Jeskai needed that memory lapse to like keep the format better for us. Sure. Looks great. Opponent is mulliganed here, so it's fine. Forest. Are you telling me now we're up against elves, really? I feel like they're not going to block this. But this Pelt Collector's going to outpace my ability to kill it. This is just red-green Stompy. Alright. Yeah, oh, they're on the multiple burning tree plan. Neat. Okay. I'm not going to block, obviously. Get the Mist Collar out just, it's another body on the board here. Let's see what happens. I think that was an okay exchange. This seems like this is fine. Well, that's less fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Obviously not gonna block. I will kill off the burning tree. This is not doing us a lot of favors right now. I'm keeping the Mist Collar just so that company stays off of the board. Are you fucking kidding me? You had two of those in a row? Really? My god. How good at magic cards are you? Fuck. That's just brutal. I have to block the thing. It has Death Touch, so, like, they don't have a choice. You have company? No, that wasn't your last card. Alright. No, it looks like it might be, actually. Because they definitely have an instant... No, they have random map ruins. Never mind. Alright. So that's what they're holding on to here. Surprised they didn't crack it. Because they could have drawn another one this turn. Alright, well, we might be winning here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, that's actually a relief. So they can't crack the ruins right now. And our attack is just going to destroy them next turn, so... I guess the only way that this is, like, terrible is if they play another Questing Beast. So let's just play Mistbinder. Alright. I'm going to give them the chance to top deck company. I'm hoping that'll be okay. Jeez. Alright. So that was way closer than it needed to be. Fuck. Okay. How do we, like, fight this? I think the Mistcaller's good. I think the Denial actually might be alright. See, this is a deck where they have stuff like Ember Cleave, so we gotta be careful about that. There's some removal. The Brazen Borrower might actually be good here. To be honest, I don't know if there's anything I want to change. They might have some removal, but it's usually just like a Stomp or something. Like, I don't have a whole lot that's gonna be great against them. Like, Drake is only, like, okay. They're going wide, usually not tall. Like, the biggest or beater they have is, like, Bone Crusher in red. So, I think that we just don't sideboard for this. That match was insanely close, though. And I think that we kind of stole that because the opponent did not draw very well. Though, to be fair, like, our draws were only, like, okay as well, but it was interesting. I guess I'm keeping it. Not super thrilled about it, but we have Mistcaller into Master, but I don't know how much that's going to matter. Yeah. Just in case, for whatever reason, I want to hold up Trickster plus Denial, I don't want to shock myself on turn 2, so I'm willing to shock myself now because I'm very likely going to have to anyway. Oh, God. Yeah, this might actually be a scenario in which, yikes. Okay. Do I trade with this? If its power is greater, I think I have to block this. Because it's going to get out of hand quickly. So, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, here I probably want to use the Trickster to keep this thing from getting too large. Or they definitely have, like, Stomp in hand. They're going to stomp my Trickster. Magma Spray. Okay, that's not the one I expected. Play Glass Pool, play Mistbinder. Hand looks like it might actually not be that good. Next turn we can play Breeding Pool, play the Master, and hold up Denial. Never mind, that's not an option now. We definitely have to go on a company plan here, so... Alright, well, that changes things a little bit, because now the trickster can tap down the stupid questing beast. Now their attacks don't look terribly good. Really? Okay. Um, I think we just do this. I'm gonna have this trickster fight this thing and then fight this thing. I think it's just better to Coco while I have the option. So ruins definitely can put me to 2, so I have to be careful about blocking. Okay. I'm not dead yet. They could attack with everything here, but alright. Okay, so they're giving me a chance. Interesting. So Svalin's indestructible and can kill these things. I think they probably should have attacked there and forced me to lose 2 creatures, because now I can just start eating things in their board. Probably need to kill this pelt collector. Hmm. I do want to attack with Svalin here, but I'm trying to figure out if I can. I have 2 denials I can kill off 2 of their creatures with. I think it's safe to. Okay. Okay. I hate to tell you this, but it doesn't work that way. She's indestructible. Reading the card, teaches you what the card does. I'll just hold up this denial for a Coco, because that's really the only thing that can actually hurt me now. Alright. Kind of got lucky game 1, and game 2 the opponent punted. I mean, I think we were going to win anyway, but they did not do themselves any favors there. Probably should not have blocked. Alright. We have time to play a second match, so let's do that. Yeah, we didn't sideboard at all for that one. I don't think we really need to. There's not a whole lot in our sideboard that really would be that good against that deck. I think the way we have the main deck configured, it's pretty fine as it is. Yeah. This is fine. Okay, mulliganed. We're going to play Breeding Pool, Shoreline Scout, and probably throw away Kamena Speaker, just in case we need to use the other Shoreline Scout. To hit a land. So I think that we might need to, because we have to get up to these companies, so... They clearly have, like, Fatal Push in hand. I don't really like pitching Trickster to make it a land, but we have to in order to make sure we can play Company. Because that's where we're gonna get back into the game with creatures. What the fuck is this card? Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, well I'm not attacking into it obviously. It'll become a 5/5 Phyrexian negator, I guess. Alright, we're just banking on them not having a Wrath spell right now. The company effectively countered the command, so that's why I was willing to try. They might have a Wrath. Oh, if they're gonna use Fatal Push, I'm fine with that. Spot removal yourself, go all day long. So now my Commander Speaker could actually kill this thing if they go to activate its effect. Uh-oh. Well, that didn't end well. Alright, well they chose to make it the Cleric, alright. I think they have more removal, but we'll have to see what it is. Fuck, they have the counterspell. No! Alright, Svelone, my goddess. I needed you so badly. Now I have a good blocker for this thing. I think they're up on cards, but I think we're up on the board a little bit, so I'm not feeling too out of this yet. Ooh, that's beautiful. Let's attack with Svelone, get our card. Let's even out these odds a little bit. Alright. Maximum damage is dealt to my opponent this way, so Let's kill off Nicol Bolas. Probably playing this Master of the Pearl Trident is going to be devastating. That has to be a bad sign for them. Like, if you don't find Fatal Push, then you're pretty much screwed. They have something. They're not willing to show us what it is just yet. Let's just kill them. Yeah, what do you got? Tell me. Yeah, you're dead. Control decks are ours to eat for breakfast. That's the rule. Alright. So, against this deck, I think Mistcaller is not helpful. Kira is going to be helpful, and I actually think Negate is going to be helpful. Surprisingly, this Regery was not too bad. Usually, though, Regery is kind of clunky against decks like these, so I'm inclined to side some out here. Otherwise, like, I want to keep Borrower because Borrower is really good at bouncing, like bouncing the Negator guy, clearing the way. It's also something you can hold up a counterspell with and then play it if they don't do anything. It helps us keep our flash speed game alive. Because now we have, like, Trickster, Borrower, and Collected Company that can all put power in the board at instant speed. So, yeah, I think that Borrower is generally better against Control than Regery is, just because when Regery is played for 3 mana and he dies for 1 mana, that's a bad exchange. And more likely than not with Control, that's what's going to happen. Unfortunately, 1 land is not enough. This is terrible. I guess Glasspool Mimic. Well, there wasn't a bad card to draw here. That's what we need. It's just a matter of whether we can actually stick it. Put pressure on and force them to use removal early. Because it looks like they stuck a counterspell over there, so I don't want to place Faelun into that. Okay, so now if we draw a land here, I will commit Faelun. Because they don't have counterspell mana up. So they have a swamp, so maybe Fatal Push is on its way. Why would you not play the swamp? That seems like such a ridiculous punt. They very clearly have something. They might just be going to blow us out with a removal, or a sweeper, though. Okay. No, they had Fatal Push, and they just decided to use it now. Let's see if they'll counter this. Yeah, I know that you saw it coming. That was the plan. I know. That was the plan the whole time. No, they had the dispute too. Alright. I mean, that was a concern that they might have had something like that, but there's no way to really know, so. Now Nicol Bolas is... Nope, not Bolas here. Goodbye, Borrower. Well, we're gonna struggle here a little bit. I think I'm gonna play this as a land because I want Coco as an out. They have one card left, and if it's Bolas, we're in trouble. They're gonna turn it into a 3/4. Alright. Seems fine. I don't know if playing Shoreline Scout actually accomplishes anything at the moment. But I guess I'm going to because at least if they sweep the board, it kills off their Acolyte, and I'm happy with that exchange. And in the future, where we draw company, we want creatures on the board that can actually kill them. Yeah, Cling to Dust is not great. Well, that's pretty much a concede. Yeah, if you had Chandra, there was nothing I could do about that. Alright, we mulliganed, and that was really rough. I don't think that there was anything necessarily like that we could have done there. I think we just have to run it back. Like, yeah, we went to like what, 5 cards, and we still did like okay, but being on 5 cards was not ideal. This is not playable. We have 4 cards we can't cast. This is sort of playable, but not really. Like, if they Thoughtseize us, we're fucked. But, like, going to 5 is not an option, so we're going to keep this, and we are going to throw back Breeding Pool, I guess. Guess I'm going to turn that into the Tropical Island. I don't know if I'm going to need to play anything, but at least then I can play it and attack for 2. On 2 different turns. Nope, okay, I guess we'll just play this tapped and attack for 2. Then we have our untapped island, so no matter what happens here, what our decision process is going to be, attacking for 2 is going to be simple. Sure. Alright, place Phalune. So if it's Fatal Push, which it looks like... Now, they had... How do you have that, too? Like, every time. Fuck. They have Push and Dispute, because that's what that pause was. Like, the pause was not for... The pause is not for the counterspell. The pause is for the fact that they have a removal spell in hand. So I was hoping that they didn't have the Dispute, but of course they did, so... Alright, let's play the Trickster first. Alright. I can't play the Speaker yet. Because if I play the Kamenis Speaker, then I can't play the Company if they tap out for, like, Nicol Bolas. At least now I can play this. Like, I'm sure they have more removal in hand. They're just waiting. They don't want to tap out here. Well, they're not going to be able to play Bolas yet, because I think he needs triple black. Alright. I have to fire this off. Of course they have another dispute. Like, that's... No, they don't. Okay, excellent. Then we want Master, and... The Glasspool can't copy the Master, but it can at least copy the Speaker. I had to cast it while they were, like, sort of tapped out. Alright. I still can't really attack here. I don't want to play the breeding pool because then they know I have nothing. This iteration is just insane. It's like almost all the control decks and like all the formats have adopted this. Even in Legacy, like the Bant deck just splashes red to play this card. It's just nuts. They're still on 4 cards in hand. We don't have a way to win. They're gonna pump this thing into a 4 or 3/4. And now we're in danger of land plus Chandra. That's gonna do it. Like, I guess we can still draw a Collecting Company, but like, give up. Should I? No, I'll give it another turn. But like, we're lost from here. They have a Chandra in play, and I'm not going to be able to resolve anything. It's like, there's no way they don't have more counter spells in hand. Sure, they were just like checking. It's like, cool. Alright, whatever. Well, since this is our last game of the day, we'll just like, they already know I have this, so fuck it, we'll play it. Yeah, but like, this, there is no beating this card. You have to have like, you know, you have to have something before Chandra comes out, because otherwise she'll just kill your board. But yeah, we're dead here. Like, nothing we can do actually matters. All right, that's enough. I'm not gonna bother. Like, clearly, like, they have stuff and we don't. So we're at too low of a life total. Chandra's ability is gonna get us. We got by Chandra twice, and like, just could not pull through when we needed to. Just ran out of cards, and like the opponent did not. So that's rough. I don't know. It seemed like everything was going fine, but did we have our disputes? Like, it felt like we weren't even drawing them. No, we have negates, and maybe I feel like I brought these in, but maybe I just didn't see them. Like, we have counter spells for this stuff, but we never like actually got to use any of them. So I don't know. Like, maybe we bring in like, maybe one of these comes out and we have to bring in another counter spell or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, Svalin is also like, I kind of want the 4th copy too, but I don't know what else I can like take out, because I kind of want 4 copies of basically everything else. Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, I feel like I need all these cards. Maybe I just have to take out another Reader if I want another Svalin. I don't know, I feel like those 2 cards are basically equivalent, but maybe this is slightly better on its own, so that that could help it. It doesn't feel like it's the card. I don't feel like that tweak on its own is gonna make a huge amount of difference. All right, we got that. But you know what? Like, things seem like we're struggling more than I'm comfortable with at the moment. Even against like these decks that we're supposed to be beating, we're still like getting destroyed by them, and I'm not okay with that. I don't know. Chandra like is the one particular control win condition that they can have there that none of our stuff interacts with. Like we don't have any answer to it because it's uncounterable, and it will just wipe your board if you don't have like of everything at least 4 toughness. And the thing is, against these decks, if you have everything at 4 toughness already, you've probably already killed your opponent. So if they cast Chandra, like the game is over. And you notice how like from game 1 to games 2 and 3, they only cast Bolas, I think once, and then like they were on Chandra the rest of the time. So it's rough. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's also kind of hard not having like proper removal in these colors. Like even this denial was not able to kill their primary win con when we needed it to, which because this gets countered by removal, and I'm not that's not great. The counterspell mode is like fine most of the time we cast it, but the fight mode is like really hard. So, but it should be negated a little bit, or I mean, hedged against a little bit with Borrower. But we also didn't really get to resolve this when we needed to either, because they just had the counterspell. So sometimes they're just gonna have that. So I don't know. It's going less great than I was hoping that it would go this week. We're still like riding that like 50% line, I think. And if you're at 50%, that means you're not making progress. So for not making progress, that means I'm not happy, and then we have to try something else. So I don't know. That's all I've got for today. We went a little bit longer this time just because that match went longer than I kind of thought it would. So all right, that's all I've got, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Take it easy.